All right, so Solana has performed extremely well in 2024, and projects built on its blockchain have exploded in value. They've reached multi-billion-dollar valuations, whether we're talking meme coins, altcoins, really the list goes on and on, from DEPIN to decentralized science. You could talk about nearly every single sector exploding on Solana's blockchain. And recently I came across a project that doesn't have a token just yet, but it is very unique because it's a DEPIN project. It is a project that is rolling out wearable devices, and it's called Pulse. Pulse is branding itself as next-gen longevity wearable and protocol. And the cool thing about this project is you could think of it like the Whoop, but for Web3. And if you're not familiar, Whoop is a wearable device. It's a fitness tracker, like a watch, and it has all these different fitness tracking tools on it. And Pulse is doing the same thing, but the Web3 space. They're a crypto-powered health wearable backed by big names on Solana and in the crypto space. They're backed by Anatoly, the co-founder of Solana. And if we're looking at this project, you can see over on their X, they're followed by some of the biggest names in the crypto space, from Mason Versilis to Mario Nawfal, Monad, Backpack. The list goes on and on because this project has already sold out of multiple waves of their wearable devices. And if you're looking at this project right now, a few things that stand out. If you go over to their website, you can see that Pulse is ultimately trying to break the mold for wearable devices. And ultimately, right now, health data brokers, they sell your data to third parties. They make billions of dollars in profit. And that's what they do in the traditional space with these wearable devices. They sell your data to all these third parties. And Pulse is trying to break this trend and trying to do something different. They're a next-gen wearable brand. They turn vitals and all your health data into value. And they're developing this all-in-one app that when they're going to start sending out these devices, which you can see different prices for, in Q1 of 2025. They are, capitalizing on you wanting to be healthy, track your sleep, track your nutrition, track your fitness. And they're trying to capitalize on this by having a wearable device where people can own their actual data, make money off of their data rather than companies just selling your data to third parties. And the cool thing about it is that they are available for pre-order. You can see they're sold in terms of Solana. So you can see 0.708 Sol for Genesis Edition. There's 270 left. The Founder Edition, you could see that they also have a few others as well. But you see Genesis Edition, there's 270 left. Founder Edition, 96 left. So the cool thing about this project is that they are really doing something different in the crypto space. They're like this all-in-one health and wellness platform. They have a device, they have an app, and they are like a core DEPIN project on Solana's blockchain. So if you've been following crypto for a while now, you've seen that over the last 12 months, Solana's price has performed better than nearly every other layer one crypto, all the big ones at least. We can see that Solana has performed better than Ethereum, has performed better than Cardano. And Solana is the go-to blockchain right now in crypto. And if we're looking at a few key things about Pulse and what they're doing on Solana's blockchain, and actually they're becoming a premier project as well on Monad's blockchain, which is an up-and-coming EVM. It's a layer one project. And if you're looking at Pulse, Pulse is powered by Monad, is also powered by Solana. Like they're going to be launching on Monad, but regardless of that, you can see that because they are capitalizing on what's going on with Solana right now, we can see that they've actually done some pretty impressive things. One of these is that they did recently win an award at a conference, and you could see that this said Pulse Mode for Monad. And you could see it says that the team won the Best Community Award at this event, and this is for the Monad blockchain. So even though they haven't launched just yet on Monad's blockchain, they're building on it, they're working on it, and that's because Monad hasn't really launched yet. They haven't launched their mainnet yet, but when they do, this project is already a premier project on this blockchain. Monad's backed by VCs, backed by hundreds of millions of dollars. And this is something that's pretty exciting because the Saga phone, it only costs $500 and gave users thousands of dollars worth in airdrops. And Pulse is launching on Monad. So one of the biggest, hottest, most hyped up layer one projects in crypto, and they've raised nearly $250 million in VC funding. So that would put Pulse in like the same position that the Saga phone was put in. It's something that is very, very important, and it positions Pulse as the premier DEPIN project, not only on Solana, but also potentially on Monad. Now, if we also talk about a few developments in terms of the project recently, if we look over on CoinDesk, we can also see on their X page that they had recently closed a $1.8 million in pre-seed funding. It says Pulse is breaking the health data oligarchy by allowing users to own their data and be rewarded for it, all powered by our own native wearable device, the Pulse One. And if we look, they posted about it right here. They talk about all the big names who have invested in them. If we zoom in on this, we could see it says, co-founder of Solana, Anatoly, Backpack, Gummies, Monad, SRS Capital, Zelly Capital, Renaud, and more. And if we exit out of this, we can see that all these companies have posted about it as well. We can see it over on CoinDesk, where they talk about, this massive raise, raising $1.8 million. But we could see that all these major companies have been posting about how they invested in Pulse, how they got in their pre-seed round. You could see that Collab Currency announced, that they invested. We could see that Lemniscape announced that they invested. We could see that Gum announced that he invested. We could also see that Tristan.Sol invested in as well. Santiago, like I said, the list goes on and on of people who have invested in this project, who are excited about it, and people who are partnering with it in the crypto space. So right now, if we're looking at it, a few other key things that stand out in my opinion, so we can see videos over on X, but a few things that stand out in my opinion are that with Pulse, they utilize artificial intelligence and DEPIN. So with artificial intelligence, Pulse, they analyze your data and allow their AI to give you recommendations tailored to your health goals. And this is something that's very important because it is like a Whoop, where it's going to give you better sleep suggestions, diet adjustments, and all these things to make you healthier. And while it's doing this, it's also going to reward you for, being active and using the actual device. In addition to this, with health data, it's a growing industry. We can see that Whoop is raking in $750 million a year. Aura, $225 million a year. And despite all this, users and people who have these devices get $0. But with Pulse, they're changing this by rewarding their all of their customers. Everyone who uses this device, they're rewarding them. And that's something that is going to be huge for the crypto space. They're rewarding you rather than just selling your data. And that's everything that they're really trying to do. Build a quality device that people like to use, that, tracks all your health data, gives you sleep recommendations, gives you all these different recommendations about your fitness, your health goals, and uses their AI to do this. But at the same time, it is allowing you to benefit from your data rather than allowing the company that sold you the device that you had to pay money to use in the first place, rather than let them benefit from your data. So it's something that's very exciting in my opinion. And if you look at their website, they talk about how they're different from other wearable devices, which we spoke about. They talk about their app. They talk about everything that they'll be offering, from their wearable to their app to the reward system. And despite not really having all the details of the reward system yet, this is something that I personally have pre-ordered. It is in wave 4 of pre-orders. I ordered the Founder Edition because there's a few included updates and benefits for this. You can see it says the ultimate blend of style and performance includes a sleek Milanese metal strap and the 2 fabric options, perfect for any occasion. Versus the Genesis Edition, which has durable fabric strap in black and white to match your active lifestyle. So you can see all the differences here. I ordered the Founder Edition. There's only 96 left. You guys can see if you want to order one. If you want to see it, you could just get it directly on their website, but it's something that's definitely worth checking out in my opinion. So if you go ahead and use the code Michael, you'll get 10% off, and they keep selling out of their rounds. So if you want to get one, I bet wave 4 will probably be sold out in the next couple of days, maybe in the next week or so. So it's just definitely worth keeping an eye out on and following over on X.